we wait for that, I guess we'll start. We'll cut the crap of who's going to go first, because we all know it's going to be me with Game of the Week.
Yes.
So
Very presumptuous.
yes, who's
okay,
going to go
Andre.
first?
Well, why don't you let us decide who's going to go?
It could have been Owen.
Oh, right. Go
So
ahead.
Owen, who do you think should go first?
I think Andre should go.
Yeah,
first.
actually, you're honest. Yeah. You got a
I
good point there.
quit. I'm leaving. Right, so this is a game that I have actually done before. However, when I did do this game last time, I was very kind of unaware of how it worked, which is weird because I played the game before it, but it's changed a lot. So the game, of course, that I'm talking about is Just Cause 4, which, by the way, is free on Xbox Game Pass, surprisingly, considering it's quite a new game.
Everything is these days.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
It's a lovely.
And they're always free on Xbox Game Pass straight after I buy them, which is really irritating. Luckily, I didn't buy Just Cause, though. It was a Christmas gift. But I use the disc because, don't use many discs these days, so it's quite nice. Anyway, so Just Cause 4 is you are set on a Spanish island, like the last one. The setting, it's a bit darker than last time. Just Cause 3 is a bit brighter, This one's quite darker, but this one feels a lot more kind of fun, in a sense of what you can get. Even things like, obviously if you play it on PC, you're probably going to be able to get mods and stuff, but even for the base game, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do, which I didn't even realise. So for example, just a small thing I kind of discovered today, you can ride a duck.
A duck.
A rubber duck. It's a speedboat.
Oh my god!
But it's like a jet ski, but it's a duck.
Wow.
So anyway, what you've got to do in Just Cause 4 is you've got to basically conquer the whole map from the... He's not quite a dictator on this one. On 3, there was a dictator, and this one, he is not a dictator. It's basically a big evil army. And if anyone's played Just Cause 3, you'll know that the way to conquer parts of the map was by destroying the bases. So you had to destroy, like, they've got electrical towers, water towers, that type of thing. You've got to destroy all them. It's different this time. The way to just kind of get them away is what you've got to do. You go to their base, one of the bases, and you've got to it's different. So it could be receive intel, hack into somewhere, steal a car, whatever, and then your forces can push forward. So it's a little bit different. Took a little bit of getting used to for me, but now that I'm actually used to it, it's really fun. And another thing that I like is, do you know how Just Cause 3? I don't know, did you play that one?
Yeah, I did. Played. Tell you what, I played a lot of Just Cause 3. And to be honest, if I was going to be completely honest, the driving is not as good as I remember.
Driving's crap.
It's not really a game about driving around, is it, though?
Yeah, it just seems a bit janky, do you know what I mean? Like, the camera angles are a bit off.
I think it is, yeah. It has been like that since 2, to be
The driving goes on my next point. So, the way you get around is grapple hook. So you pull yourself around and then you can put a wingsuit on. You just kind of change into it instantly, and you can use that, or you can use a parachute. And you can also, like, hook things together. So you you fire onto one thing, fire onto another thing, then you can tie them two things together. So you can still do that in Just Cause 4, but it depends on what kind of class you set out classes. So you've got A, B, and C, and you just edit them to how you like. So we use balloons this time, and people float away, which is great.
So what have you been connecting to other things?
I've taken the connection thing off, to be honest, because I've found that I've got one where, right, this is gonna sound really tedious to explain, but basically, so I've got class A, let's say.
Right.
Okay. You've got what happens automatically, what happens when you press a button, and what happens when you hold a button. So, for example, automatically it might slightly lift someone off the ground, press the button, lift them a bit higher, and hold the button. That's gonna lift it as much as you can get it up, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've just set a class so that all 3 of them, doesn't matter what I do, it's got like a kind of a rocket thing on it. That just, I can't describe it. It's basically a booster, and the balloon as well, and it just shoots them straight up.
Awesome.
And that basically helps with, say, there's a tank, just stick that up and it's got no control because it's off the ground.
Imagine the pretty fireworks you can create.
See, my favourite thing about the games was always connecting things together, especially just going into like where cars are going past, connecting 2 cars together and like having them fight over who's got the most power. and like trying to drive against each other, or using connecting a car to a bridge and trying to pull a bridge down by using the connectors.
Well, you can do that. You can still do all that type of stuff, and the game Just Cause 4. It feels very almost like everything's destructible. Besides, kind of your stone houses and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Not literally everything, but if you drive over kind of bushes, stuff like that, it's all going to go. Obviously, not your big trees and stuff like that, because even in real life, you couldn't get rid of them. But it feels. There's a lot more. I feel like there's a bit more into it this time.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it can be a bit repetitive, I can't lie. And I don't necessarily play it for the story. I just kind of go at my own pace. But it's a really, really fun game. And considering it's free.
Did you ever play Mercenaries? When you used to play Mercenaries 2?
Mercenaries was great. That's old now.
I remember the song.
That's old.
I used to play that.
It was in Venezuela, weren't you?
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? It seemed like almost like Just Cause, but like more grounded. If you know
Yeah.
It's a lot more grounded because no parachutes or anything. I used to love the bunker buster, calling in airstrikes and calling in nukes. You could I'd just call in nukes on the main city and just blow everything up. You could actually blow up your command center in the game, like your actual command center that you spend the entire game in. You can use a nuclear bunker buster to blow up your command center. It destroys it and everyone dies. And it's not like a game over, it's just done. I remember I used to of course, the first time I was just like, I've got to try and blow it up.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought, I was just like,
What game's that for?
what in the world was that?
Sorry, it was the video off before I was showing the boys.
God, that was Mercenaries 2 back in. I think it was actually made in 2008.
Yeah,
it was for PlayStation 3.
I remember that being advertised.
It was really fun. I used to find it really fun. You could choose between 3 characters. There was a girl, there was a man, and there was 2 men and a girl. Like choose between. I always chose the guy with the beard. It was like this kind of blondish ginger guy.
Yeah.
You kind of look cool as hell.
Yeah, same. Didn't he have like a mohawk? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the same.
Also, I've seen something about a hoverboard on Just Cause 4. I don't know how you unlock that, but there was like an achievement that came up.
Ooh!
It was like do something on your hoverboard.
Oh my
and I was
God,
like, hang on a second.
I want a hoverboard.
Yeah, I haven't seen a hoverboard yet. But
Justin Bieber's got a hoverboard, and you're sitting there in Just Cause 4 without one.
Also, the amount of things you can drive on Just Cause 4 is pretty impressive. It's a lot more than GTA.
Yeah.
So you can fly all the planes. Obviously, different types of cars. You've got like kind of regular cars, and you've got your more fun cars. Like F1 cars are in there as well. And you can also drive like big, massive ships.
See,
stuff like that.
That's something that like Just Cause though. Apart from the graphics, not many things have changed since 2. You've always been able to do that.
Yeah.
There is like the connecting system's definitely been improved. Like being able to like connect stuff has definitely been improved. But apart from that,
to be honest,
I've played it and it's just like kind of the same.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was a little bit disappointed when I played 3 from 4. Because I thought there'd be a bit more bigger change, but I don't really think they need it. If I'm honest with you,
I kind of thought 3 had a better map than 4.
4's huge. I didn't realise how big it is.
3 has I haven't really explored 4 as much as 3, but I remember like the crossing of like the 7 islands. I used to drive a 4x4 across and just like a moped. ATV type thing was gorgeous.
I preferred the dictator style. I quite like dictator games. For example, I really liked it was Far Cry 4. I think had a dictator.
Yeah.
I really liked that, and I really liked the dictator in Just Cause 3. But I don't know. I just kind of like the idea, and with Just Cause 3, it was the fact you were pulling down the statues of them and all that stuff.
I always found that Just Cause games are like the story doesn't really matter that much. It's just the most fun is just ruining things for people.
They are very fun, I think, is what I can say about them.
That's it.
The shooting, it's okay,
but that's not what the game's like core thing is it?
It's the shooting's okay, but it doesn't matter. Like things that would matter in other games don't matter on this game. And I think you need to play it.
I think I kill most. Whenever I've played it, most people I kill is by using the grappling hook to just smash them into stuff.
Fling them about.
I used to grapple people and I'd leave them like hanging on like a door or something as a calling card.
ever like grapple two people together and hang them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I had a mod on Just Cause 2, which allowed me to do like 4 different people all hooked together at the same time, all hanging down off like a statue of the dictator.
I like shoving helicopters to
Was number 2 in Medici?
Medici?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, right, okay, that's just number 3.
Why is it named after an Italian family? Why do I know that? So,
I do not know.
I'm just gonna.
I mean, if anyone in the
Spanish.
chat played Just Cause or Mercenaries,
Medici's were a banking family in Italy.
or open world game, what is your favourite open world game in that kind of genre? Modern type thing.
Mine's always going to be GTA.
Yeah, it's the world building. It, like Just Cause 3 and everything like that. They've
I
got
love
destructible worlds, big, it's cool, huge maps, but everything's just kind of like
Ramped up.
there's
level in
just
GTA.
nothing. There's nothing. But there's no substance. It's like
doesn't
the entire world
feel-
doesn't have personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. I was walking around today and I just kind of stood on the ground for a bit and it didn't necessarily feel
You need an open world game to feel like
people were
interactive.
alive, if that makes sense.
GTA 5's map's a lot smaller, but every bit of it's got like completely full of personality.
Yeah, which is
Perfected everything. Like
what I
flying,
like about
driving.
GTA. Like
Sorry,
in GTA, everything feels solid. Like the drive. To be honest, I'll be honest, right? And I think a lot of people might disagree, but I originally, because I played a lot of GTA 4 in kind of preparation for GTA 5, so it was like all I was playing at the time.
Did you never play GTA 4 back when it was released?
No, I did,
Oh, okay.
but I was playing it again.
I was gonna say it's classic.
No, I was playing it kind of, you know how, because now I don't play GTA that much, but if GTA 6 gets announced, I'll be back on GTA 5,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of reliving it. But do you remember the driving in GTA 4?
GTA 4's driving was like, it was really realistic in the sense that like you could really slip off the road easily.
I mean,
if you weren't
I've seen a lot of people say it was very boardy, which I get what I mean. You did kind of.
I played a lot.
swaying around a lot.
Yeah.
I played like 600 races or more, like, and I've done that in GTA 5. So yeah, I got like a go of most of the cars.
And with GTA 5, it took me some adapting. I didn't like it to start with. I thought it felt too quick.
Yeah.
It's more Midnight Drive. Not Midnight Drive. Midnight Club. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Midnight Drive, the band.
Brilliant.
Midnight Club. That was a good game as well.
Yeah.
I never played that.
I don't play racing games, but I do like the driving in GTA 4. I really enjoyed it because it was just like
I'm glad you liked it, because I didn't think anyone else would.
like it was like the only problem I found with the entire like system of driving in GTA 4 was the fact that it was the entire game was in a city.
Yeah.
Which meant that everything was congested. There was loads of traffic. I mean, like tons of traffic. Like
Yeah.
it was just ridiculous. And like so, actually getting up to a good speed and being able to do cool stuff with your car was actually quite hard in GTA 4 because, whereas GTA 5, I drive over mountains. I'm just
Yeah,
going
there's-
everywhere.
That's what I like about games these days. There's a lot of depth about them.
Two things I missed that GTA 4 had was the interactivity with everyone when you played online. Like, I thought the game modes were like, there was a game mode you played online where you had it was called MVP, where one of them was like a kind of like a president, and two of you had to be like bodyguards, but you didn't have a weapon, and like the mercenaries did, and they came after you.
Oh yeah.
And that was cool because everyone interacted. But I thought one thing the GTA 4 did well as well, which is missing in literally every other game to this date, is like I'd rather them, instead of releasing free updates that like last an hour plus, I'd rather them release paid DLC like they did for Red Dead Redemption 1 and GTA 4, where
Well,
it's
like
actually
Liberty City
fleshed
Stories.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who can not forget Undead Nightmares? Holy crap, that was like, when that came out, it was like, oh my god.
It's lots of fun. It was
I
lots of
really
fun.
liked the Ballad of Gay Tony. I think.
No,
that
I
was-
actually loved it.
I
And it's
thought that
funny
was really
because,
good.
like, you think this character called like Gay Tony would just be like just some sort of like silly joke. That was like his entire like thing because his name's just like
Yeah.
and you'd just think he'd come out as a stereotype or something like that.
He
Like those,
wasn't, it was-
yeah, it was actually
he was
like
quite
he's like
a-
this
he's a
cool.
tough guy,
He's kind of like this
he's-
cool guy.
He didn't take any crap off anyone.
Yeah.
I like that. I did like. What was the other one? The
Lost in the
biker,
Damned.
Lost in the Damned,
Yeah.
I did like that, but I preferred the Baldigate Tony.
Lost in the Damned, if you notice when you were driving bikes on Lost in the Damned, it was a lot easier. Like to drive bikes. It just like they actually like made it easier. Like
Yeah, I remember bike
bikes had
racing.
easier handling when you
Bike
were.
racing on that was incredibly hard.
I mean, I never did the racing on any of them, so I wouldn't know.
It was probably because, I don't know. I
There was
guess-
racing in the Lost in the Damned.
There was in all of them.
Was there?
Yeah.
So I
All
just
the
remember
bikes
shooting
that were in
people.
Lost in the Damned were in the online racing on GTA 4.
I really want to play GTA 4K.
I used to love the online for GTA 4 because you'd go to the airport
Yeah.
and there was everyone would go there with like dirt bikes and you'd be doing flips over planes as they go past and everyone
I
would be doing
remember-
tricks.
It took me a while to even work out you could go online on GTA 4, and then I did, and I was like, whoa. But obviously, I mean, I was on PlayStation, and people were still modding. So like, there was really weird kind of cars, and then I was like, what the hell's this? And it was quite good. I was really excited by
The good
it.
thing about GTA 4, although it didn't have the content, at least when you went online you didn't get killed within the first 5 minutes by a flying bike.
No, there was
GTA
nothing really.
4 online was made by like the players, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, there wasn't. You couldn't really get much out of it, could you? You couldn't like weapons and everything. You just found on the map.
Which I think would be quite cool if you had like servers on GTA 5 where you just literally there's nothing there.
You
Nothing to
can't
do.
even have your own stuff.
Just the map. And
Yeah,
just-
because like GTA 4 was always made up by people you played with, or like game modes you fought by yourselves. So we would always play one called Cat and Mouse, where you obviously know what happens in Cat and Mouse.
Yeah.
You get like 5 mice and 1 cat, and then if you get caught, you become a cat.